I'm here with the Indian contemporary art world's most explosive duo, T and T, better known as Thukral and Tagra. It's a pleasure to have you both on the show today.
See you. Hi.
Hi. So, what is this work behind us? Could you please explain your artwork to us?
Yeah, so we've been working since 20 years now. My name is Thukral Tagra. I'm Jitin Thukral, and together we are Thukral and Tagra. This work is a new series which began right in the pandemic, actually. It's called Arboretum. Everybody has their own arboreal journey, and knowing trees and knowing plants is something which we wanted to do the moment we got out of our studio spaces. And this is the first time where me and Jitin were remotely based in a studio, not in physically spaced out in one little studio space as we've been working through. And we began talking to each other over FaceTime, and we would see a lot of glitches because the network was low. And I started taking screenshots and saved those screenshots as quite immersed with, because his face and his background was always trees.
So when we came back to studio, so we thought we have to paint that only. But we have our own journey while the COVID was happening. So we start making the different forms of the windows. So if you see the canvas form, it came from windows, we say. But that was a very simple graphic also as a binary codes also. So we join together and make the forms out of it as a 0-1. So then we start making different forms of that.
There's so much to unpack in this one work. Could you explain the shape of the canvas?
So the space, as he was saying, that it's also done with 0 and 1s, binary codes, but also looking into how we see a square reminding you of being stuck in a room, and the moment we start seeing the form, it's also opening up your own ways and possibilities.
It's free, it's flowing.
It's free flowing. It is also, it doesn't have 4 corners because in the staying in pandemic was that you're actually stuck between a square. We just opened up, opening the box of it. And opening the box also allows us to see unique perspectives, that each painting can be unique form.
That's honestly such a great way to think about it. When I was looking at this artwork, I never could have pictured all of that. So tell me, what is, between the both of you, what is your artistic process like? How do you split the work? How does it work between Thukral and Tagra?
Yeah, so the work actually begins with basic idea that this is something which we are looking into, and we will share with each other. And if that idea actually stays alive for a couple of days and we are still fueled by it, we move ahead the next step.
Brainstorm.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a simple design process. Since we studied design, I use this word quite often. Our work is informed by a design process, which is also to kind of think what is working, logically thinking, researching, moving on to a point and trying it out. And if it doesn't go right, we go back. So it's a process-led exercise. And throughout this time, we will actually do, for example, in this painting, the image, it's a simple image of a forest. The image is from Dachigam, Srinagar. Thinking that Srinagar has gone through, Kashmir has gone through many political changes.
But the dark on this side as well.
Yes, and the Dachigam is a forest site in Srinagar. Also has a political history that Indira Gandhi used to walk around here to find refuge. And it has been used, forest has been used to hunting, and also, so it's also violent in some which way, but also some kind of surveillance which has been there in Kashmir. So we use this site as a central point to think through.
And wow, that's so many layers to this one piece of art. So with these layers in mind, what is one thing you hope that your viewers take away from this artwork?
Hope is a very interesting word, because we constantly these days thinking about hope since the US elections have happened. And worldwide, from the idea of care, it is shifting to the idea of hope, because we overall, when things goes down, then you think about not the care, but also think that hope is something which you don't have. you collectively build through. So that's something which we've been doing. I don't know how you reach to the word hope, which is very interesting for us. For us, going to a painting every day in the morning, when you go to the studio and going back to the painting, is the purpose. That you're going to develop something together. It's a meditative purpose. And of course, it'll take its own time. Some work will dry, some work will begin, and some work will be finishing at the same time. Learn how we start seeing things. Maybe that's one way of seeing. That's what we do.
Just live life with a different lens in mind.
Yeah, so there is also a poem about it. I'm just going to not narrate the poem. I don't know the full meaning of it, but he says that you have to clean your eye to start seeing clear. You have to wash yourself to see clear, and try to see things which are hidden.
Okay, that's quite profound.
Yeah.
Four-dimensionally.
Yeah.
So, as artists, who are the emerging talent that you spotted so far?
Oh, that's a very hard question. There is a product jewelry designer who we really like, Studio Ren.
Yeah.
And that was really beautiful on the last tent.
What drew you to their works?
It's a small pieces, sculpture pieces, but a very different approach to build sculpture pieces. Tiny, they can be seen as jewelry or product in their own. So that was really nice. But also, I think not just the young. I think Ketki Seth's photographs were really beautiful. Those little Bollywood photographs, which I really enjoyed. The black and white.
That's nice. And in the modern section, was there anything that drew you towards it?
Yeah. So
One painting I saw, Raza's work, which is on that door.
Which one?
It's in the DAG gallery, I think so. It's
Okay.
painted on a
Was
door.
it the white one or
It's
another
a small
one?
piece, like 4 feet piece. It's painted on a door, so which was a very interesting on a wood. It's painted.
That's quite cool. And what has been your favorite contemporary booth at India Art Fair 2025?
Javeri and Nature Mode.
Outside who you work with, what is one booth that you both have really enjoyed?
we enjoyed Javeri booth.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I think discipline.
From 2025 to 2035, who do you see as the biggest roster of Indian contemporary artists? Besides the both of you, of course.
Oh, well.
That's a tough question.
Tough question.
Just a few names that come to your mind.
Shailesh is very good,
Yeah.
which we really adore.
Shailesh Bia.
Shailesh Bihar.
What do you like about his works?
He's...
Kinetic works, whatever he makes, that's
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yes.
What is your biggest piece of advice to emerging artists who would also like to showcase art at India Art Fair, like the both of you?
Yeah, I mean, this conversation has been going on in how do you kind of sustain your career as an artist?
And how do you build it in
How
this
do you build
digital
it?
age?
How do you take it forward? And how? So we will be doing a talk on Sunday as well. It's in the morning, 10ish, and talking to different formats which we have worked with this curator, Shaleen. But also thinking about that you have to actually show the depth of the work. Art thrives on slowness at the same time. You have to constantly think through the work, and that needs time. And I'm sad to say that now people have extremely less attention less attention.
Attention span in making the
Attention
art.
span in anything.
Making art plus the looking at the art, both.
Both. You need to really slow down in that process.
To the both of you, does something known as bad art exist? Many people talk about how it's just perspective, but that could also be flipped on its head.
There can be a full manifesto of what is bad art.
Is there any at India Art Fair 2025?
I didn't see like that, but I think I'm tuned not to encounter the bad art, but to identify the best.
Okay, that's a good way to think about it. Thank